Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. Today's review is not something new in the market. Actually, they launched this for like years ago, but I still wanted to do a review about this because I know somewhere out there are people like me who haven't tried this one yet. So if you guys want to know my take on this one, and if you guys want to know the dupe that I'm going to talk about today, just go ahead and keep on watching. Normally my videos are really long because I really wanted to get into the tiniest details. So if you guys don't like that, there will be markers down below. But yeah, I would rather give you guys a full detailed information about the product rather than just being fucking vain and just showing my face and tell you something about it. I want to give you swatches, I want to give you finger swatches, I want to give you like how it applies on the eyes and all that bullshit. So yeah, just go ahead and keep on watching. So this is what the packaging looks like. I'm not so sure if this comes along with a box or anything like that because I don't know. If you have been in my channel, this is part of the Naked Vault Volume 3, which my hubby bunny gave to me. It was an anniversary gift. I was like shocked when he gave it to me. But if you guys want to see the video, the link will be down below. It's such a wonderful surprise. I mean, it's every girl's, almost every makeup lover's dream, right? And I absolutely love the packaging. I think they launched this like years ago. I'm not sure, 3 years ago, 5, I'm not so sure. But this was launched a long time ago. So this is something that I never thought I'd ever have because aside from the fact that I lived in the Philippines for like a really long time, everything that is considered, if it's imported, it adds a lot of a value into it. Sometimes makeups are priced so high, but I don't want to buy anything that's fake because I'm scared. I mean, I have nothing against it, but it's just that I'm scared. And if you have the real thing, there's nothing like the feeling because you will definitely want to use it over and over and over again. So this is what it looks like. I love the velvety smooth finish, and the only thing that I will not like with this packaging in the future is because I know for a fact that if this one tends to get like dirty, I don't know how to clean it. Probably like a sticky tape. But since that hasn't happened yet, I'm so happy because this one looks like a dream. I love it. I love it. So soft to the touch. Sorry about that. I was trying something earlier. So it looks like that. At the back, it says pretty much nothing, not even the ingredients. Everything is in the box. So yeah, that's basically it. And you will be getting 1.3 grams per eyeshadow, and you have 12 shades. Everybody loved this. I don't know why, but today I will find out. The color choices in this palette is amazing. That's the reason why a lot of drugstore products copies it. If some company copies the original work from somebody, that means they did something right. Just by looking at it, it's pretty much the shades that you can use from daytime to nighttime. So you have your golds there, you have some neutrals, and you have those rock star colors, which I really love. And the mirror here is not as big as the 2, 3, and 4, but you know, you can still use it. And one of the things that I like about this palette is that it comes along with a brush that is really good. A brush that you know to yourself that you would really use, because some eyeshadow palettes provide this very kind of like low quality brush. It's not even, you know what I mean, like sponge applicator tips. I don't know who would still use that. Like what I mentioned in some of my videos, your tools are as important as your makeup because it makes a huge difference in the makeup application. So it looks like that. So now let's go ahead and start with the swatches. So the other side looks like this. It's like a flat concealer. I was like, so now let's move ahead and start with the swatches, but I haven't described the brush yet. So the other side is kind of like a fluffy eyeshadow brush. You can also use this for blending if you want to, but the most effective brush for blending is the one that looks tapered, something that looks like, let me just get my Echo Tools, something something that looks like this, something tapered. And then the other side is kind of like a small concealer brush. Usually you can use this with eyeshadows that are creamy, like not dry, something like those dewy powders of some sort, if I make sense, and some of those has like a lot of glitter pigments or whatnot. But yeah, let's go ahead and start with the swatches. I know that you guys are kind of bored already with my bullshit, so yeah. If you guys are new to my channel, this is how I normally do my swatches. I start with the finger swatches first. There's hair, I'm just gonna remove that shit. I'm gonna start with the finger swatches first, and I'll do it in the back of my hand with a base, and on this side is just bare skin so that we can see the difference. Okay, starting with the finger swatches in the shade Virgin, like me before I met Jondrae. Here you go. At first, when you look at this shade, it looks like a matte color, but this is more of like a satiny color, but it doesn't really look super shiny, but you can see that there are like there's like a pearlescent effect going on there, which is not bad at all for using it as a overall wash color. You guys know me, I don't really like using a glittery wash color. And then moving on with Sin, this color is like champagne pop or something. Wow. Do you guys see that? Like, it is insane. With and without a primer, it's just insane. Like, how could you not love this, right? Every time I touch the pan with the eyeshadows, everything is just super silky smooth. Like, oh my goodness. You can go to the stores, like makeup stores like ULta or Sephora, and you can feel it to yourselves. And this shade is Naked. As you can see, it almost perfectly, it blends well on my skin tone. That's the reason why you can't see it. And it's also, and since that's what's happening to my skin right now, this is something that I could use for my overall base as well. So in this palette, you will have 2 matte shades, 1 satin color, and the rest is metallic, and then you have 2 glitter shades. And then the next shade is Sidecar. Later, when I do the brush swatches, I will fast forward it, and then I'm going to do the swiping motion as if you are using the eyeshadows into your eyes. And I will do it in the same order as well. So this shade called Sidecar is kind of like it's like this shade, however, there's kind of like a little brown thing going on. And then there are bits and pieces of glitters on it. It's absolutely beautiful. And then moving on to the second matte shade, which is called Buck. Jondrae is there, that's why it's noisy. Okay. This one? I'm not sure about this one. It's a little bit patchy. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, Jondrae is killing the dogs. Sorry about that, guys. Our dog got stuck. His nail got stuck into something, and then he started crying because I think his nails needs to be cut. So yeah, going back, you don't abuse our animals. Actually, Jondrae loved them more than me, I guess. And then going to the next shade, which is Half Baked. This color, you can see it pretty much to any palette in the drugstore. It's not something like super unique, but as you can see, it's so effortless. I absolutely love the color. What is it, honey? Why? Oh my god, guys. I've been interrupted every freaking minute. Okay, let's go to the next shade, which is Smog. Wow, oh my goodness. There is no reason for me to hate this palette. This is more of like just formality. If I tell you guys that I don't like this palette, everybody's gonna punch me in the face and be like, Jessie, are you possessed? This is such a nice bronzy color. Now moving on to the shade called Dark Horse. This one is a dark brown shade with a gold iridescent, absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness. And then going to the next shade, which is Toasted. I love this shade. This is kind of like a dark rose gold color. Every time I swipe it, it's just so effortless. It's super silky smooth. It's not dry, but it's not so creamy. I could not explain at all. I know I've heard this somewhere from another YouTuber that Urban Decay has this kind of formula that no other brands could use. I don't know if that's right, but if I get famous, I will let you guys know. And then the next shade is Hustle, which I'm gonna do later because I'm gonna go to work. And then I'm gonna be, hopefully guys, I'm not gonna work with the rude two ladies that I have with at work. I'm hoping and I'm praying, because some people can be very extra. So this shade is a kind of like a satiny color. It's not really that shimmery at all. I'm not gonna consider it as metallic because it doesn't really look metallic at all. So this is a really nice dark brown shade, which is, I think it's gonna be perfect for using it for like a smoky eye or something. And then you got the shade Creep, which reminds me of that one Facebook user that keeps on commenting on my photos and stuff, which is really kind of creeping me out. This shade reminds me of Kim Kardashian. The last two shades reminded me of Kim Kardashian in the early 2000s, whatever's not. Remember when she got famous with her smoky eye and the contour stuff? It's so beautiful. Looks like High Majesty. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not like a super Kardashian, insane, psycho, obsessed, whatever you call it, super fan freak. You know what I love about them? The only thing that I love about them is how they love each other as a family and how they do their businesses. It's amazing how they make money and all that stuff. But the only thing that I do not agree with them is that, you know, Kendall and Kylie, they're too young for that kind of situation. Is like, I feel like they are both pressured to fit society's definition of beauty. So that's just my comment on that. So I think that there's nothing wrong to change whatever you feel. If you feel something insecure about yourself, there's nothing wrong in changing that, but don't force yourself to change just because of society's standards. I mean, love your own. If you feel more beautiful with transforming yourself, adding boobs, adding butt, feel free to do that, but don't force yourself just because someone is bullying you, this and that, yada, yada, yada. I don't know if I make sense, but that's just my take on that. Whatever makes you happy, boo. I fully support you on that. Even on your lips, your skin, whatever. But just don't force yourself to change just because society bullies you, okay? So now let's move on to the brush swatches. Moving on to the brush swatches, I'll do the same thing in order. And the brush that I will be using today is from Wet n Wild. Their famous Cruelty pink and white brush, fluffy brush. And then I'm going to swipe everything as if, I think I already mentioned that a while ago, but I'm going to repeat myself again. I'm going to swipe it as if you are using it on your eyes, just like that. Again, you have the half of it with a base and half of it is just bare skin. So here are all your brush swatches. What do you guys think? To tell you guys honestly, I did not put any pressure on this and my brush is not even that dense and I'm so happy with the color payoff. This is the shade earlier, the Buck one, which seems to be a little patchy, but look at it with just one swipe. Like, this is insane, incredible. Urban Decay literally did an amazing job with this kind of palette. So if you are trying to buy like a really good palette might as well wait for their sale or really invest on something like this, because this is something that when you buy it, you literally won't regret it, because you are really getting what you have paid for. Like, seriously. Oh my goodness. But you know, I understand that even if you want a product, but if you can't really afford to pay $54, or if it goes on sale, if you really can't pay $34 or $27, I have another option for you guys. I already made a review about this, and this is the Makeup Revolution Iconic Palette. I mean, the Redemption eyeshadow palette Iconic 1. I'll put them together side by side and you will see what I'm talking about. So this is, I believe this is just, I'm not so sure if this is $7 or $10, but this is insanely cheap. Let me put it side by side. So around here, they just kind of switched it up, but looking at it closely, I was thinking that the first time I saw this, I was thinking like, holy shit, is this even legal? So you have your shade here, and Sin, and then Naked, and then Sidecar, and then Buck, Half Baked, Smog, Dark Horse, Toasted, Hustle. Oh no, this is Hustle, so they switched it up from here, and then Dark Horse here, and then Toasted, and then Creep, and then Gunmetal. You guys could screenshot this. This is absolutely insane. Oh my goodness, right? Here are comparison swatches side by side, and I did this to prevent these cyber bitches going to type, why didn't we make you side by side? You know what I mean? I don't know why, but people always have to say something about everybody. Can we just go back in time where people are just chill in the YouTube community? Way back around 2010, where people are just super chill and not freaking, not freaking sponsored. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but when something is sponsored, it tends to have like a biased opinion. So can you guess which is which? So on top, that is the Urban Decay. Here down below is the Makeup Revolution. Sometimes Makeup Revolution even does this of buy one get one 50% off, which is insane, or buy one get one free, which is, are you guys serious? Like buy two get one free or something like that at ULta. You can buy Makeup Revolution at ULta if you really wanted to have a naked palette, but you can't afford it because, you know, some of our responsibilities in life. I do understand that. And I'm just lucky enough because Jondrae gave this to me as a gift, but I really want to help you guys out. So all of these are just one swipe like that. I'm not kidding. Both of them are good. But of course, in the high end, you will definitely feel that quality going on. But the Makeup Revolution is pigmented as well, but it's a little bit powdery. It's not dry. The formula is not dry. Some of them are creamy, as you can see. Just by looking at it, it looks a little bit like ColourPop's formula that when you press it, it goes down a bit, if I make sense. So there you have it. A perfect dupe for the Naked 1 palette. You can also see those at TJ Maxx, the W7 brands, but this is my best bet for the Naked 1 palette. Exact dupe, like spot on, like you can't even tell which is which. So just take a better look at it. And again, at the back, Revolution Redemption eyeshadow palette Iconic 1. Screenshot this bitch and get it if you want it. I'm gonna start with Virgin as my overall wash color. I did not use any primer because I really want to see how well it does without a primer. I want to have justice with the $54 palette, if that makes sense. Because if not, why are we gonna buy a $54 palette if it doesn't stay without a primer? Like, I want to see the quality. So far, so good. I love it. I'm actually using the brush that is included in the kit. It is so soft and it makes the application so easy. And then for my crease, I'm going to put Naked first, and then after that, I'm going to follow it up with the shade Buck, which is a matte color as well. Naked is almost translucent because it's more of like the shade of my skin. Sorry for my crusty ass lips, I will fix that later. I don't know if you can see it anyway. Now I'm putting on the shade Buck. I already applied a little bit in this area. I forgot to click the play button. The record button, so you can see how blendable it is. When we swatched it earlier in the back of my hand, it was patchy, but it's not patchy at all. I love this. It's incredible. So for the center of my lid, I want to use Toasted. I'm using the brush that is included in the kit. Such a gorgeous shade, and definitely no fallouts. Now I'm gonna get Half Baked and put that under my eye just like that. This is the same brush that I have used for Toasted. So it has a little bit of Toasted, it has a little bit of Half Baked. Inner corner. After this, I'm just going to line my eyes. And then I'm gonna get Virgin again and then just retouch this area just like that. Also removing the harsh lines. Not gonna overdo the blending. Going back, and then I'm just going to finish the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. So this is the final look that I have created today using this palette. I really do think it is worth the money. Everything is so pigmented. Urban Decay really did an amazing job, and I do recommend this palette. I really think that it is worth the money. Like, think about if you're going to use this like 200, 300 times, so you just need like a teeny tiny amount. Divide the $54 or how much will you pay for this one, wait for the discounts and stuff, reward yourself, give yourself a gift for Christmas or anything like that. It's all gonna boil down to your personal preference, which kind of naked palette would you want. But for me, I really do like it. This is kind of like those staple colors that you will need for your everyday life, and the brush does not suck at all. Where is that brush? I can't see it. It's here, the brush. You can tell it's not like super high quality and all that stuff, but it works and it's not cheaply made. That's why I love it. I love the packaging, I love the colors, I love the amount, I love the idea, the colors in this palette. I really felt that it was made with love. So if you guys still don't have this yet, and if you are planning to buy one, get one. So yeah, if you don't have the money, you might want to go ahead and buy the Makeup Revolution. It is not bad at all, but yeah, this review is all about this. Is it worth it? Yes. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys on my next video.